Welcome to My Lemonade Stand. I'm Dion, and today I want to share with you my least favorite interview question. My least favorite interview question is, what is one of your weaknesses? This is my least favorite interview question because I don't think it's fair to expect that a candidate in an interview setting would be able to be vulnerable and honest about what their actual weaknesses are. So there are three specific issues that I have with this question. The first issue I have is that there's a power differential in an interview. So I'm the candidate, I've chosen this job and decided it's the best next step for me, and I've practiced and I want to make a good impression and hopefully be the successful candidate for this job. So sharing a weakness doesn't go along with my goal of making a good impression. And the interviewer, whether it's one person or a couple of people, are meeting with several candidates, and they're ultimately going to be choosing who they think the successful candidate is. So in that setting, I just don't think it's fair for me to be kind of putting it out there, what a weakness is, which might put me at a disadvantage. The second reason why I have an issue with the question is that I feel like it creates a lot of meaningless work. So I, like many of you, have spent a lot of time coming up with our go-to answer for this question. And at no time do we actually spend time figuring out which weakness we're actually going to share, but rather we spend time trying to figure out how do you answer this question without actually giving away anything that sounds negative. And what you get are things like strengths that are kind of turned around. So people who say things like, you know, I'm too passionate about my work. Or somebody might say, you know, I work too many long hours, which in the context of an interview is probably not really a weakness. Experts recommend, and this is something that I've actually done, is to talk about a weakness you had in the past and how you fixed it. So I might say something like, you know what, I used to have real trouble delegating work to my team members, but I worked with my mentor and now it's much better. So first of all, I haven't answered the question because I haven't shared what a weakness is. I told you that I used to have a weakness at some point in the past, but I no longer have that weakness. And secondly, what I'm really trying to tell you is look at my commitment to continuous improvement and my initiative to actually get myself a mentor. So really, I didn't answer the question, but just tried to use it as an opportunity to share more strengths. And the final reason why I have an issue with the question is that it's the context. It takes it out of context. So we're all a collection of a whole bunch of different attributes. Some are positive, some are negative, and come together and make us the successful professionals that we are. So when I just throw out a couple of weaknesses with people who I may have only met once or twice, and I've probably never worked with before, it takes it out of context and it might sound more off-putting than it actually is. So if I were forced to share my weaknesses, I'd have to say things like, I don't follow rules that I don't agree with, which can be problematic at times. The fact that I procrastinate. So that's not a good look when you're talking about being effective and getting things done. Yeah, I could procrastinate at times. And the third thing is that if I find what you're saying particularly boring, I'll probably tune out. And when you ask me a question at the end, especially if we're in a conference call, I'll probably pretend that there was an issue with my audio and I'll ask you to repeat the question again. And this will probably happen maybe 3, 4, 5 times a week. So on its own, it doesn't sound great. But like I said, when it's put in context and you have experience with the positives as well, it's not such a big deal. So for those reasons, I don't think that asking what is your weakness in an interview is a fair question. And I don't think that we should expect to get an honest answer. So at My Lemonade Stand, I share strategies on how to successfully navigate the corporate world authentically. I look forward to sharing more topics like this with you on future sessions. So see you soon. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. I post a new one every Thursday. Also look out for the launch of the audiobook for Thrive, which is being released in June, and feel free to follow me on my social media accounts. Thanks again and see you next time.